Well, I want to welcome everybody to our reunion 2025 at our new home at Clinton Community College. So my name is Stephen Frederick, and I'm the Vice President for Institutional Advancement. And this fall is going into my 24th year here at Clinton. So amazing how time flies. And it's funny, I remember some of you when you're students, so that really makes me feel a little aged here. But so what'd you think of the tour?
Amazing.
I mean, isn't it? I mean, if you think we've only been here for 2 months. I mean, our summer, we moved an entire campus in 3.5 weeks. It's absolutely mind-boggling when you think what this campus did, literally pulling together as a group. This was not a single person's effort. It really was a group effort. And I got to tell you, I work with some very, very talented faculty and staff here on this campus. So this is exciting because I had no idea how this is going to go tonight. It's the first time we've had an event at this new house. So how'd it go so far? I mean, we're trying to figure out how about the bacon wrapped scallops. Normally we hold this event in the third Saturday in August. So it's usually like 85 degrees. And so who'd have thunk we're about 50 degrees here a month later. So the plan for next year is to go back to our third Saturday in August. It seems to be, we've had that as our date. It's very tradition. We got a lot of alums who come into town for family reunions and stuff, so they know that third Saturday. So next year we'll go back to that. First of all, I want to introduce some colleagues here tonight. First off, I'm going to introduce members of the Alumni Association. Sue Hager, class of 2012. Brandon Menard, class of 14. There he is in the back. Jim Jock, class of 86. Sarah Powell, class of 96 and 04. She liked us so much, she came back again. Christy Martin is not here yet. She's on her way. Carol Arnold, class of 73, and our honoree tonight. It's also a pleasure to introduce from our foundation board of directors, our board chair is here tonight, Matt Bergeron, class of 97. Oh, there he is. Thank you. One of my colleagues is here tonight. I want to introduce the person who's actually leading and overseeing our enrollment management, Tom Nesbitt, is our Vice President for Enrollment Management. There he is. Hey, Tom. I've worked I've been in higher ed for almost 30 years, and I've worked with a lot of people. And when I saw this person's resume, when she was applying to work with me, I don't know why anybody would want to do that, but when I saw it, I thought, oh my God, there is a gold nugget in this stack of resumes. And I introduced you. She's been promoted. She has a new title. She's the Associate Director of Advancement, Elaine Noble. Elaine took 2 weeks off in August, and I was a lost lamb with that, I can tell you. Another very, very fun colleague I so enjoy working is Sarah Jeanette from our librarian extraordinaire. All around very fun and very smart colleague. I enjoy working with Sarah. We also have, I wanted to say thank you to David Allen from Latitude 44. Mr. Laundry, welcome. Come on up here and grab a seat there. Yeah, Bill did not do our catering. Yeah, that's how about a cheer for our staff for doing the catering today? Right? I also would be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to our roving photographer, my wife Debbie Frederick. Unfortunately, our interim president Ken Canali could not be here tonight. He's in Iowa. He's gone back to school to earn a doctorate degree in community college administration. How's that for being all in? He said, even though he's a community college graduate, which I think is very cool, because I don't know everything I need to know to be a college president. So I'm going to kick things off tonight, something a little different. We're doing an award tonight to recognize a person I did get to meet. Her name is Maureen Mall. I had the pleasure of meeting with her. Bill Laundrie, you brought her in, and Judy. I had the pleasure of meeting this woman. So if you don't know who she is, let me give you a little description. Maureen, I believe, came to Plattsburgh because her husband was the base commander of the Plattsburgh Air Force Base, 65, 66-ish. That's what brought her to Plattsburgh. So Maureen understood she was very big into community theater. And she understood the joy and the transformative power of community that's created when you have community theater. She strived for excellence in performance, whether it was a song, a dance skit, or a fully staged production. Maureen also understood performance was made possible through directing and organizing the infrastructure of production, overseeing the crew, the funding, the marketing. So with ease and command, she would hold center stage and the spotlight. And again, I feel honored that I got to meet her. The friendships and the relationships formed during what he referred to as Maureen Mall's reign from 1965 to 2013 was off at community theater. It ran past the closing of the curtain, a very tight-knit group of organizers. It links a 50-year history of community performance from the Plattsburgh Air Force Base in 1965 to the current 2025 Community Arts Organization in our area, the Adirondack Regional Theater and Artistry Community Theater. So I'm going to ask for some help to give out this award with Judy Hines, Vicki Sloan, Bill Laundrie, and Leanne Thomas. Please join me up here so we can present this award. So these four individuals with very strong ties to our college and the community, specifically the Plattsburgh Little Theater, created a scholarship fund in Maureen's name. And it's been, when the organization dissolved, they decided to donate the funds to the Clinton Community College Foundation. And we are now making awards to one member of each from Artistry and one from the Adirondack Regional Theater. One person who couldn't be with us tonight, a good friend of mine, his name is Fred Smith. Maybe Fred worked with us for a lot of years. He was our vice president for academic affairs, interim president. Fred's not able to join us tonight, but he was a very important member of this organization. Judy Hines. She is a retiree from Clinton, director of the Inmate for Higher Education program, dedicated member of our science department, and first developed to teach forensics at Clinton Community College, which survives to this day. So, Judy Hines, everybody. My friend Vicki Sloan. Vicki's a retiree. I can't believe you retired. But she is. Served as chair of our English and Humanities Department, director of our distance learning program, recipient of the Chancellor's Award for Creativity, as well being a published poet. I didn't know that. So Vicki, and again, it's been a pleasure working with you. So Vicki Sloan. My partner in crime, Leanne Thomas. Is also a long time. In fact, you've been here longer than I have.
I know.
How many years? You going to share?
30, going on 35.
She was 15 when she started working here. Yeah. Leanne is currently our division coordinator for English and Humanities, co-advisor for the Drama Club, and also Phi Theta Kappa. So she's very busy. My friend Bill Laundrie. Bill retired from SUNY Plattsburgh as a vice president for, I wrote this myself, Bill, so bear with me. Vice president for student affairs, has been a very good friend and supporter of this college for many years. I need to share, though, on a personal note, I met Bill the very first day I stepped on the SUNY Plattsburgh campus in August of 1984. Literally bumped into him. Well, Bill looked me up and down, like he usually does, and he said, "You need a job." Yeah, I sure did. I looked like John Boy Walton just coming off the mountain. And so Bill hired me. He hired me to work for him in campus life. And to this day, I owe my 30-year career in higher ed to this man who believed in me. So, both local theater groups developed their own selection process to identify someone they want to recognize for tonight. Artistry chose Jason Borey, and Jason also is an alum, class of 1999. Couldn't be here tonight. You probably see him in Completely Stranded. Jason works at Northeast Clinton Central School. He's very busy. He already had a show booked, and he couldn't make it for tonight. But we'll make sure Jason gets his award. Now, Neil Battinelli is the recipient for Adirondack Regional Theater. Neil, come on up here. And Neil's here with his fiancée, Meg. So we have Neil's bio on the back of the little program we have here, and I promised I wasn't going to let him have the microphone because you never know. You never know with Neil.
I've had a few to drink.
Yes, he has. So, for those of you who have enjoyed Neil's performances on stage as a director of productions in our community, it's easy to understand why he is receiving this award. So, Leanne, if you want to come up, and let me see, what do we got here for Neil? Why don't you present Neil his certificate?
Thank you.
And so this is a check from the Maureen Mall Scholarship to recognize Neil.
And the certificate reads, Clinton Community College Foundation and Artistry Community Theater proudly presents the Maureen Mall Excellence in Community Theater Award to Neil Battinelli in recognition of his lasting and significant contributions to performing arts in our area. Congratulations.
Thank you, Neil. Neil's also in my Rotary Club, and you can tell when he's attending these meetings, and when we sing the national anthem, this man's got a voice. Like, oh, Neil's here today. I can hear him. I know he's here. So, Neil, congratulations. So the intent of this group is to be able to give out 2 more years worth of awards. So we have funding for that. If anybody wishes to directly donate back to the Maureen Mall Excellence in Community Theater Award, we have a link on our homepage, on the website. We'd like to be able to keep this thing going, to be able to recognize folks that give so much of their heart and soul for our community theater. So thank you. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Okay, now we're going to talk about some Alumni Achievement Awards. I need Sue Hager, if you would come up here and help me, please. Sue is the president of the Alumni Board of Directors. And I remember Sue when she was a freshman. So, yeah, we've been around a long time together.
I was quiet then.
You were. She was quiet and shy, so.
Shy in a good lie.
See, she opened up the can of worms. So we wish to recognize tonight a couple of very important anniversaries. Number one is we want to recognize a graduate from the class of 2000 because this is their 25th anniversary. And we're going to call up Paula Cormier. Paula? Paula, this is where you get ordained, or however that goes. Paula served for many, many years on our Alumni Board of Directors, and she holds the record to this day for never missing a meeting. Paula. Thank you, Paula. Now, we also have a graduate here from the class of 1975 celebrating his 50th anniversary. Don Bergeron. Don, come on up. So, Don wins the award for traveling the most distance to get here, traveling all the way from Danbury, Connecticut. So, welcome home.
Thank you.
Now, there are 2 other graduates who we were not able to recognize their 50th anniversary because of COVID. That was tough. So, Susan O'Neill is a member of the very first graduating class. She was here. She came up from New Jersey. She probably got the second farthest distance, but she had to leave a little bit early. So, Susan, we're going to make sure we get her medal to her. Class of 71. There's also somebody I remiss not to recognize, a very good friend and colleague of mine, Craig Squire, class of 72. Where are you, partner? Come on up here. I know how much he hates this, but I can't help it.
Good to see you. How are you?
Now, Craig served for many years on both the Alumni Board of Directors, the Foundation Board of Directors, and he's one of the leaders in the restoration of our former Alumni Cottage back on the Bluff. Awesome. Met Craig years ago, and I got to tell you, when you look up the definition in the dictionary of a gentleman, there's his picture. Craig, thank you for everything. Now, the highest award that the Alumni Association gives every year is called our Distinguished Alumni Award. Now, this award is presented annually to a graduate who has had an outstanding career, is involved in their community, and gives generously of their time, talent, and treasure to their alma mater. This year's recipient is Carol Arnold, class of 1973. Carol, come on up. Yes, you may. But share it with everybody.
So, we have, and it reads, the Clinton Community College Alumni Association recognizes Carol Arnold, class of 1973, recipient of the 2025 Distinguished Alumni Award.
Now, don't go away. So Carol's bio is on the back of the program. She also is written up in a book that I have on my bookshelf. It's called Great Dames. And Carol is written up in that book. And it's about incredible leadership. And so I'm going to hit a couple of highlights. This is my version of Carol. So Carol is one of the few people I've ever worked with in my 30 years of higher ed who is always asking, what do you need help with? Not everybody does that. She always asks me every time, what do you need help with? And she means it. She's always the first to volunteer. She has a wicked sense of humor. I encourage you to get to know her sense of humor. And she also uses a phrase I never heard of until I met Carol. And I love it when she tells me this. She says, I am glad you're in my orbit. I like that. I'm glad you're in my orbit. So give me a hug. Thank you, Carol. I got one more thing. You know, it's hard to keep up with Carol because she recently was awarded the Women of Distinction Award offered by Billy Jones. She's a Paul Harris Fellow. She's Rotarian of the Year. I'm sure she's got many more, so we just added one more to Carol. But in all seriousness, Carol is a shining example of a generous community servant. I also think it's super cool that she was a torchbearer in the 1980 Winter Olympics and ran the damn torch from Washington, D.C. to Lake Placid, carrying the torch. And she brought the torch this winter to campus, and she spoke to the students. She passed the torch around for folks to hold it and have their photo taking. So, Carol, I may give you the floor here.
Thank you all. This is a great honor. I can remember going to Clinton Community College and sitting in class and looking out over the lake and saying to myself, what could be better than this? And that was in 1971, 72. I left the area in 1973 and absolutely knew that I would always be back in the Adirondacks in the North Country because this is where I belong. And I belong with everybody here. This is where my heart is. in the North Country. There is no better place on earth. I've traveled the world with the company I worked for, and it was a great life, but this is where I belong. And this is a great honor to be named Distinguished Alumni. Thank you very much.
You are done, thank you. Carol's also full of surprises. She texted me the other day, she goes, guess what I bought? I bought myself a toy. She bought a red BMW convertible, 5-speed, Z3. So she can go tooling the back roads and working through those that 5-speed. I said, Carol, you need to come pick me up right at the front steps. That'll get the community talking. Go for a ride. So, normally, this is the time where the college president would give a general update. Ken is not here, so if you'll indulge me, I've got just a few talking points. I want to just provide a general update on what all's been going on since we last met. CCC is on the move, literally. We moved our entire campus. We've only been here since August. We're just getting settled. We're just finding out, where do you park? Where do you go to the bathroom? Just like our students. It was monumental, the fact that we were able to come to a fabulous spot on this campus. It couldn't be a better spot because we literally have our own block. You know, we got Court Street here, we got Brinkerhoff over there, we got Beekman in front. We're able to brand the heck out of this little piece of real estate. So hopefully you'll see our signs and our banners all around. We're very, very proud of our new house. Our nursing and EMT skills lab was moved over to CVPH. It's almost like, where's Paul Wood? Is he still here? We're talking about coming full circle. So it's still our program, taught by our faculty. The classes are here, but where you do the skills, the mannequins that are in the bed, they sit up and they can shake a martini and make it for you. And the EMTs, they're literally, if the president's house was there, you'd see it. It's a 6-minute walk. We're at 206 Cornelia Street. It's the 3rd floor, 5,000 square feet. It is beautiful how that was renovated for our nursing and EMT. And the president and CEO of the hospital is an alum, nursing alum. How about that for a success story? She got her business degree at Clinton, came back and got her nursing degree at Clinton, and worked her way up all the way to the president and CEO of the hospital. So when Ken approached her to say, hey, we're looking for a space, she goes, I'll take you. I don't even know where I put you yet, but I'll take you. Because she understands in this workforce development that we're in, nurses are scarce, and EMT, so she wanted our students under her roof. So that has worked out very, very well for us. Our science labs are literally across the street in what's known as Beaumont Hall. So you know where that catwalk is that crosses Broad Street? We are actually in Beaumont Hall. And that's where our students are going for all of our science courses. The art classes, art studio, painting, drawing is in Hawkins Hall in a huge, beautiful studio right across the street. Our students now have full use of, for example, the Plattsburgh State Feinberg Library. Sarah Jeanette here. Sarah helps work with our students. We had a beautiful library back on the bluff. We really did. The challenge was it was open Monday through Friday till 4 p.m. When do students study? Nights and weekends. We just didn't have the expanded hours. Now they have access to a wonderful library. We didn't have food on our campus. It got to the point we had no food service. So if a student who didn't have a car got dropped off, I'd see them every day. They'd get dropped off at 8 o'clock in the morning and not picked up till 4. Their choice for lunch was Snickers or Milky Way. That was it, out of the vending machine. Now, they can walk over across the street. There's a beautiful little bagel place over there. They got the dining options over at Plattsburgh. You got Zook Subs a block this way. I see our faculty and staff hanging out at Zook's. They can live in an apartment now and walk. Leanne walks to work. So many folks. Sarah walks to work now. We've become almost, I want to say, it's not derogatory, but a real campus with all these other things that you can do. And the feeling here is amazing. as a result, our enrollment has gone up 4 semesters in a row. Looking at Tom down there. Tom, wave a hand. Prior to the move, we've been down semester after semester after semester since 2010. I'm not kidding. It went from 1,800 FTE to below 500. That's scary. Times have changed. Higher ed needs to change with the times. So nothing like a good crisis to make us do something very bold and very innovative, like, hey, let's co-locate to Plattsburgh. They've got some room. Now our students, the most of our students transfer to Plattsburgh anyways. A classic 2+2. Or maybe it's a 2+2+2. Maybe they want to stick around. We have a wonderful new master's in social work, an MSW degree, speech pathology. And my wife graduated from that. 2+2+2. It's a perfect pathway. So Tom and his team, the admissions office, gone are the days you just open the doors and they come. Now today's student is very flexible. They can travel. You got to go after them. And I want to give kudos. Everybody's excited that we landed Billy Jones to come work for. I got excited we landed Tom Nesbitt. This man spent 19 years at SUNY Potsdam. I mean, he's no stranger to the SUNY system. He was at UAlbany. He was at Russell Sage. I think he was at North Country. Might have been at Paul Smith's. I mean, yeah. So you talk about bringing that kind of experience. That's just what we need to this campus. So kudos to Tom. Speaking of the Institute for Advanced Manufacturing, that has stayed. That is still on the bluff, which is important. The biggest news, though, however, is we're finally staffing it the way it needs to be staffed. You may have heard we hired Billy Jones, our assemblyman, from the 115th District. That man's little black book on both sides of the border is immense. People take his call. We're now getting Billy the staffing he needs. I've been here 24 years, and I can tell you where we went wrong. I was the guy who helped write the grant, the guy who helped design the building. I traveled around the country looking at other buildings. I was there when we cut the ribbon. It's my baby. We debated, should we run this as a business or should we run this as a program of the college? Guess what we chose? We chose program. It was not the right one. We need to run it like a business. We're now doing that. We're running it like a business. We're staffing it. And that is our biggest opportunity to be entrepreneurial and to bring in lots of additional unrestricted revenue. And that is very important to us. We also get to retain the use of the Florence Gymnasium back on the bluff, 1 year. That's important for our athletics. We have a wonderful basketball team. They had a great season. They're winning games. Athletics is a great recruitment tool for any college. So we have our men's basketball team, we have men's soccer, and we have cross country, which is men's and women. COVID wiped us out. We wiped out all of our athletics, like most schools. We're still trying to get back our women's soccer. We're trying to get back our women's basketball because that's important. But they give us a 1-year extension. We are allowed to stay and use the gym. However, at the end of the year, all bets are off because Clinton County owns the bluff. They own the buildings. They own the property. And other than the IAM, it's all for sale. We don't know what's going to happen. Everybody's like, what's going to happen to the bill? I don't know. What's going to happen to your alumni cottage? It's for sale. Carol Arnold keeps saying she's going to buy it. I mean, she may, but we really don't know what's going to happen. And you know what? Let them worry about it. We're too focused on our new home and what we're doing here, and I'm very, very excited about that. We had 240,000 square feet. You know how many desks and chairs and computers and things that fill up 240,000? So we actually were able to donate $150,000 worth of these desks and chairs to local nonprofits in the area. High schools. The Elmore SPCA needed a boardroom table and chairs. I mean, this was all purchased with taxpayer dollars, so we felt it was important to build. Pete, you got some down. I mean, I'm looking at Pete now again. You got some good stuff down there. So it was very important to us to be able to help our other local nonprofit organizations by giving them furniture that we do not need. Overall, the morale on this campus is extremely high. I mean, Leanne, You've been here a while. I mean, it's not just my imagination, is it?
It's not.
Students seem happy. Faculty and staff seem happy. This really is the next best chapter in the history of our little college. So before we break, because I do want to get a group photograph, any quick questions I might be able to answer? Wow, I did a hell of a good job, didn't I?
Before
No?
we break, though, I have something to say.
Yes.
I need the
I think I should be nervous.
Okay. So, obviously, since Steve is my husband, I have been through all of this with him. And Steve was gifted something this spring or actually it was summer, that I think truly just embodies who he is. And I'm so glad that somebody else sees how wonderful he is. So this is a poem written by someone who obviously cares very much about Steve and the college. Steve Frederick. There are no negative thoughts or words associated with this name, just heaps of positivity that leads to his universal fame. He is known far and wide as the advancement person at college, full of wisdom, great ideas, and a world full of knowledge. He's the one who always puts students first, attempts to make those scholarship numbers want to burst. The graduates return to praise his contributions and give him thanks for a phenomenal education, helping them obtain new ranks. One of his huge assets is bringing people together for wonderful causes. You will never see him rest, and he never pauses. Where does he get the energy and enthusiasm? Powerful, dynamic, continuous, much like our Sable Chasm. And what a knowledge of the history of the school on the bluff. He's known about Hotel Champlain and a lot of other stuff. Nothing, in my opinion, will change when the college will move. It's like losing a friend, but it will get back in its groove. If you haven't met Steve yet, it's about time to meet this great guy. You will join me and countless others, and you will know why. He's more than a VP, a dean, an unbelievable advocate for college. He's one who leads a life dedicated to increasing knowledge. I miss those days of time spent with Steve. It was hard for me to leave. My memories are awesome, and I'm still betting that it's true, giving is getting.
Oh my goodness.
Dave Schwartz.
Dave Schwartz. When Steve brought that home, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, you've got to see what somebody did." I was crying, like, that is just beautiful. And I did have Dave's permission to read it tonight, so.
Yay. Thank you.
Thank you. That was a surprise. Dave Schwartz and I. Dave, you worked here 20 years and 25. And we've had a lot of fun. We used to get separated in meetings because we weren't allowed to sit together because he is a prankster. One day he pulls out a super soaker, squirt gun, and decides to hose down everybody in the meeting. And he pulled out a big pair of boxer shorts, says the Big Kahuna. I can go on and on about the fun, and we used to get in trouble by President Fennell and others, make us separate because we were too disruptive. But our faculty who work at this college are not overpaid. They don't do it for the glory. They don't do it to have their published in scientific journals. They do it because they love teaching. They do it because they love our students. They do it because they have as much grit and determination as our students. So how about all of our faculty, current and retired, just give a quick stand. Joanna, come on, all retirees and current faculty. Come around here, Vicki. Come on, everybody can see you. Chris, come on, come out here so everybody can see you. There we go.